word of advice: if today you are not feeling loved, if today you do not love yourself, if today anything is bothering you, know that there is at least one person in this world that cares about you. Know that there is at least one person in this world that is cheering for you. Know that there is one person in this world that wants to see you succeed. Know that there is at least one person in this world that will make you feel like you are worthy, you are loved, you are appreciated. Someone out there cares. I care. I love you, and I want to see you succeed. Everyone, the bright lights start to fade. Fire up your lighter. Float on with the waves. You make me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now this video is a bit different because today, September 10th, is a very significant day in a lot of people's life. And for you guys that are watching that do not know what September 10th is, September is National Suicide Prevention Day. Now, I don't know if you know anyone that has thought about suicide, attempted suicide, spoke about suicide, but it's something that is affecting everyone around the world, not just here in the United States, not just back home in Jamaica, but everywhere. And a lot of people tend to think that, oh, if you attempt suicide or speak about suicide or think about suicide, something is wrong with you. And with that being said, a lot of people don't think about offering a word of advice, a caring word, tools that people could use, numbers that people could call or text, or just be there for someone. Oftentimes I say, sometimes you see someone and they look upset or they have a saggy face, and we don't know what's going through that person's head. It can be a small situation where you and I will look at that situation and be like, that's nothing for you to be also upset about, when it's something big for them. Something that doesn't affect you may affect someone else. Something that affects you in a positive way might affect someone in a negative way. You might lose a job and you're lucky to find another job. Somebody else might lose their job and they can't find another job, and they're the sole provider in their family. So it's frustrating. So they think about suicide. Suicide is serious. Suicide is serious. I don't know anyone close to me that have came out and spoke about struggles with suicide, but I know third parties, I've read stories, I've watched movies, and I know it's real, because depression is real. Realistically, while I was pregnant with my son, I went through a small phase of depression, and if you know me, I'm a very strong individual. So that was new for me, and I was crying every day. I didn't know why. I was just upset. And I'm like, why are you crying? You ask for a baby boy, you're getting a baby boy. But I was just like in a little zone where I didn't feel comfortable in my own mind, where I was just depressed. And after I came out of that, it made me realize, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, just imagine if somebody has actually thought about hurting themselves, the effects that it has on them. And days like today, there's a lot of things going around on the internet that's really informational, and I can say this out loud: if you are going through any form of depression, if you've thought about suicide, if you have attempted suicide, if you feel like no one cares for you and you feel like nobody's there for you, I can tell you there is one person. If you have kids, if you ever feel down, just look at your children, look at your kid, and then you trust and believe me, it will get you through dark places and dark time. It may seem like nothing coming out of my mouth, but I will tell you this: whenever I get sad or if I get upset, I think about my children. Randomly, I'll think, what if something should happen to me? What's going to happen to my children? Nobody's going to raise my children the way I do. Nobody's going to love my children the way I do. And the same way I can say that about my children, somebody's out there saying that for you. I've always said, behind closed door, someone is cheering for you. And if you feel down and super depressed and you cannot speak to anyone, get on your knees and just pray. I don't know how else to put it. Just pray. Speak out loud. Ask God to give you strength. Ask God to open your eyes. Ask God to light the way. Just ask. And you saying it out loud, speak to someone. You could go through different therapies. There are hotlines. There are different numbers all over the internet, and I'll go ahead and I'll list the main one is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, and that number is 1-800-273-8255. They even have numbers that you could text. You could text HOME, that's HOME, to 741-741, and someone will respond. Do you know that 10% leading causes of death in the United States is suicide? Do you know that there is one suicide in every 25 suicidal attempts? Do you know that there's one death every 12 minutes because of suicide or caused by suicide? Do you know that depression affects 20 to 25% Americans every year? Do you know that suicide takes 44,965 lives minimum a year? Do you know that 80 to 90% of those who seek help actually gets through their depression? Today, September 10th, National Suicide Prevention Day, I reach out to you or anyone around you. If you are going through any form of depression and you feel as though there's nowhere else to turn, get on your knees and pray. They're free helplines. You could go to free therapy. And for you people out there that really do not think that this is real, I pray for you. Today, National Suicide Prevention Day. Let's help someone prevent suicide. Let's help someone not think about suicide. Let's help someone by encouraging them. Let's say something nice. Let's say something kind. So in my comments down below, I want you to say something nice, because you do not know who is watching. You do not know who is going through. It could be somebody that you sleep with every night. It could be someone that you work with. It could be someone that you see every day and you do not know, because people that are thinking about suicides or want to attempt suicide and be successful at it, they won't speak about it. And that's a fact. They will not speak about it. They will not seek help. It would break my heart if someone around me, someone that's close to me, is going through something like this and they were scared to come to me and say something. Like, I'm a very verbal person. You can talk to me about anything. So DM me. I'm here for you. Text me, call me if you have my phone number. I'm here for you. Somebody loves you. I love you. I care for you. I want to see you live. I want to see you do better. The end is not today. The end is not tomorrow. Only God will know when the end is. So you don't need to go down that road. Do not let depression be the best of you. There are help available for you. There are different venues, avenues, sources, numbers. Trust me. Walk into a church and speak to somebody. Walk into a hospital and speak to somebody. It doesn't have to be the person next to you, because again, sometimes we are going through stuff and we don't want to speak to the person that's next to us. That person might be causing you to think that way. And if you are the sole provider and you feel like you cannot provide for your family, so you decide to attempt suicide, who is going to take care of your family? No one. So again, guys, thank you for watching this very short video, and I want you to know that help is everywhere. Text HOME, that's HOME, to 741-741. If you don't feel like verbalizing, if you just want to text and you don't want to hear somebody, you could always shoot them a text. You could call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That's 1-800-273-8255, free of cost. I love you and stay blessed.